Hi everyone, I am back with another report writing task, and this time I'm going to take up a process chart. Now let's understand what is a process chart. Okay? So see, we might end up getting two kinds of process chart. So either of these. Either you get say linear process chart which has stages, so which has one first stage and then other stages in between, and then it has the last stage, but it is a one sided process, so it starts and it ends somewhere. It doesn't starts again from the same point. Okay, whereas there are other kinds of chart which are known as cyclic charts, cyclic process. For example, some frog life cycle or some recycling process. These process actually start with the first stage, then they go through different stages and they end at a certain point, right? And again they start with that first stage. So they come back to the same point where they um, so they come back to the same point from where they started. That is why cyclic, the cycle keeps on going on. Okay, so in this video I'm going to take up this kind of chart, the cyclic process chart. It's some kind of recycling process of plastic bottles. So let's see how we do it. Okay, but before I begin with any writing task, a quick recap. First thing first, how much time do we have? Recommended time is 20 minutes to complete the report. Okay? What is the word limit? Minimum 150 words we should write. Otherwise, we will receive the penalty. That is a low bind score. Okay? After that, what else? What is a process chart? Another kind of pictorial representation. So what we have to do? We have to describe, summarize, we have to see if there is any comparison that we can bring out, if there are similarities we can talk about, all these things. And whatever report we are writing, we have to write that report in our own words. Okay, that is the magic. Other than that, what things should we keep in mind? Those are the parameters, guys. Task achievement, lexical resource, that is our academic vocabulary, grammatical range, that is complex sentence structure to be used, grammatical accuracy, that means tenses, prepositions, articles, everything should be in place. Apart from that, we have coherence and cohesion. That means entire writing should be well connected. Okay, so keep all these things in mind and let's now learn to write the report writing over the process chart. Got it? All right. So you know where to find me. Okay, let's begin now. This is again pertaining to academics, so remember that. Okay, so let's come to the process chart now. Going through the question. The diagram here shows the process for recycling plastic bottles, and same is what is written as the heading of the chart. Now, how many stages are there? If you count, you will see that there are 9 stages. Okay, first stage is when somebody is throwing the garbage in the trash can, and the last one is when entire thing is getting either transformed or repurposed into some kind of end products like t-shirts, pencils, some plastic boxes and other things. Okay, so finished goods. Now let's move ahead and we have to describe this thing. So when it comes to process, guys, we will go one by one. Of course, we will have our introduction, and that is just to paraphrase the question, right? So we will write the same report question in our own words. So that's going to be just about a sentence or two. That's it. Then the overview. Overview starts with the word overall. Got it? In which we might end up talking about all the stages, but probably just naming them and not giving details about them. See, the difference between the charts and other kind of graphs is that when it comes to charts, guys, all those significant details, see, we don't have any percentage figures here, right? So now the significant details are the minute details about the stages. Now those minute details will not become the part of your overview. Probably only the names of the different stages will become the part of your overview. Also, you might tell how many stages are there. So number of stages and names of stages. This is what is going to be your overview for any kind of process chart. Okay? Details about these stages will become the part of your body paragraphs. Got it? We will see how we do it. So remember, the structure of the report is same: introduction, overview, and 2 body paragraphs. Getting my point? So let's write the introduction and overview, guys. See, as I said, we will only paraphrase the question for introduction. So here we had diagram. Now we can write the chart. So we paraphrased. Shows, depicts. Again, subject-verb agreement is important. The chart depicts how plastic bottles get reprocessed. How? Because you are talking about some kind of process. How is this happening? Okay? Gets reprocessed. Reprocessed, why we have used that term? It is paraphrase for recycling. Why? Because you are doing nothing but reprocessing the same plastic to have some other finished products. Okay? So, reprocessed. That's a very good vocabulary. Coming down to the overview. Overall, the recycling of plastic bottles. Now you have to tell what kind of process this is. Of course, we can see through the chart that there are people working. Okay? So, this is no natural process. This is an artificial one. And as I said at the start of the video, that this is a cyclic process. It's coming back. See, after 9 also you have the arrow coming back to the stage 1. So it's a cyclic one. That is why overall, the recycling of plastic bottles is an artificial, cyclical process. Okay? That consists of, now we will tell the names of the stages. Consists of use, collection. So because you're using, then after that only you're throwing in the garbage can. After that, this vehicle is coming to collect it. So collection. Sorting, you can see as a third stage. Compressing or crushing. Okay. Cleaning, because washing is there. Pelletizing, because it is producing the plastic pellets. Making new plastic products. Okay. These new plastic products. Of course, after you have the new finished products in hand, you will again use them, right? And then after using, you will go back to the first stage. You will throw them. So you are coming back to where you started. That is why it is a cyclical process. Okay, this is how we will write the overview, guys. We will not go into the details, just the names are enough of the stages. Getting my point? Let's move ahead and see what do I mean by the details of these stages. So that will become our body paragraphs. Now let's see. After being used, as I said, after being used, you will throw the same thing. After using all those things, you will throw it in the garbage can. So after being used, plastic bottles are discarded. That means thrown. So that's a very good vocabulary. In recycling bins, what are these? Recycling bins or garbage bins or trash cans. But see, why am I not using trash cans or garbage bins? Because if you go to the foreign countries, even if you stay and see in our country now, you will see that this sign is there on the trash cans. See this arrow sign, the circle one? Okay, which represents that these are recycling bins. That means if you throw your plastic into these, the person who is going to come to collect the garbage knows that, oh, this is a recycling bin. So I can take these things to the sorting center, the recycling plant, the center. Okay? So that is why I have used recycling bins. These are some separate kind of things. After being used, plastic bottles are discarded in recycling bins, waiting for trucks to transport them to a recycling plant. Trucks. Okay? Recycling plant. On reaching, they get sorted. See, sorting is happening in recycling centers. So on reaching, they get sorted. And those apt of being converted into a functional item. That means this person who is sorting them will eventually analyze whether the plastic is appropriate of being converted into some useful item or not. If that person thinks that yes, it is apt for getting converted, she will throw them into the compression boxes. Okay, into the boxes which will then take things to the compression one. Getting my point? Otherwise, you see the crosshair. If she feels that no, they're not apt for getting reused, then she will throw them. Okay, these people are experts, so they are better in analyzing in comparison to the people who are throwing them. Getting my point? Okay, so on reaching, they get sorted, and those apt of being converted, very good vocabulary, guys, apt of being converted into a functional item, that means something useful, get compressed into blocks. This thick one gets compressed into blocks. The blocks then get broken down by a crushing machine, see? Right? Into small pieces, into fine pieces, look at that, which get subsequently cleaned. Okay, subsequently means consequently, after that, as a result of, you can use all those words. So subsequently is a very good vocabulary. Which gets subsequently cleaned. How clean? Because we know washing is written here. To remove any residue, of course. Okay? So this is our first body paragraph. So what we have done, we have talked about 5 stages in one paragraph. And now we are left with another 4 stages. So since we have 9 stages, we can smartly divide 5 into one, 4 into the other. Or 4 into one, 5 in the other one, right? So if you have, say, 4 in one, 4 in the other. Be smart with the division, okay? And this is how you compile everything. See, such a beauty of language in this paragraph, right? Now, coming down to the other 4 stages. What is happening after they're getting cleaned? The clean small pieces then get put into a machine that transforms them into pellets, transforms, changes. Okay? So we have not used producing or something, we have used transforms because the machine is doing that transformation. Next, now we will talk about this or something else, right? It's the 7th one. Next, plastic pellets, sorry for the spelling, guys. Next, plastic pellets are heated and turned into raw materials suitable for making plastic products. Okay, they are heated. Heated for what? For turning them into raw materials. See, why raw materials? So that they can get transformed into useful plastic or perhaps some other kind of finished products. Okay? That is why they are turned into raw materials. They are heated first, these pellets are heated first and then turn into raw materials suitable for making plastic products. Okay, now you have 2 arrows. So you have options. Either you can make, say, plastic bottles or boxes, or you can get them transformed into some kind of bags, t-shirts, pencils, wherever they can get transformed into. Okay, some of these finished goods. Now please mind it. Some of these finished goods are these end products, may end up being thrown out into trash cans and re-entering recycling process. Okay, so you might end up using them for a longer span of your life, or you might end up throwing some things in the trash can again, these recycling bins again, after a small amount of time. So some of these finished goods may end up, okay, re-entering the recycling process. So they will again come to the stage 1 and the cycle will start again. Getting my point? This is how we have to compile everything, we have to write everything in fewer words and explain entire set of stages. Okay, now whenever, guys, just listen to me carefully, whenever it is a cyclic process, remember to use something like re-entering, restarting. Why? Because this word is really important to tell that it is a cyclic process. Something is coming back to where it started from. Getting my point? So please remember this word. Alright, now after that, I want you to look at this. Are discarded, get sorted, right? Get put into, get created, transforms. See, everywhere in the process chart, since we don't have any years, some 1992 or 2000, no year is mentioned here, right? That is why we will use simple present tense, or we can use present perfect tense, like get broken down. Are you getting my point? Get broken down. So broken is the V3, the third form of the verb. Okay? So you can keep switching between simple present tense and present perfect tense. Those are the correct tense for process. Okay? Of course, subject verb agreement is important. So if something is singular, we will use the verb with an S. For example, we wrote a machine transforms because it was one machine. S. Okay? So keep checking your academic vocabulary and your linking words sheet. Alright? Now let us combine everything. Our answer is ready, guys. Now let's read. The chart depicts how plastic bottles get reprocessed. Overall, the recycling of plastic bottles is an artificial, cyclical process that consists of use, collection, sorting, crushing, cleaning, pelletizing, making new plastic products, and reuse. Very important to tell. Okay? After being used, now let's come to the stages, defining them, detailing them. After being used, plastic bottles are discarded in recycling bins, waiting for trucks to transport them to a recycling plant. On reaching, they get sorted, and those apt of being converted into a functional item get compressed into blocks. The blocks then get broken down by a crushing machine into small pieces, which get subsequently cleaned to remove any residue. The cleaned small pieces then get put into a machine that transforms them into pellets. Next, plastic pellets are heated and turned into raw materials suitable for making plastic products. After this, finished products get created from the raw material. Now, some of these finished goods may end up in the recycling bin, okay, being thrown out into trash cans and re-entering the process, re-entering the recycling process. Okay, this is how you will write. So please focus on reuse and re-entering to show that this is a cyclical process. Okay, with this, I just want to say keep learning, keep practicing, keep sharing. Please don't forget to share the Telegram group ID, guys, Malvika J English. Okay, and most importantly, if you have any issues with the video or if you did not understand anything, you know where to find me. You can message me on Telegram, Instagram, Facebook. You can even mail me. Okay, one thing more before I leave. I have posted one evaluation sheet. It's a bar graph chart. It's a writing task one for a bar graph. If you want, you can definitely, you have to practice through it. But if you want, that is totally optional. You can send me that for evaluation. Okay? So if you want to send me for evaluation, a nominal charge for 25 rupees per task would be there. And I mean, I have already got a lot of evaluations by now. So just informing you, because now people are giving me that for evaluation. So I just wanted to inform. Okay? That's it, guys. And this is totally optional. Okay? You might not send me anything for evaluation, but just keep practicing. And even then you can ask questions. Okay? So keep doing that. Keep learning, guys. With this, I'll take your leave now. Good night. Take care. Ta-da!